Hello y'all, this is Prime Tron Zero Gamer, and I'm going to be talking about the medical officer Ratchet. Now Ratchet made his first appearance in Transformers Generation 1. He looked kind of similar to Ironhide a little bit. Instead of he was white and he had red, and on his shoulders he both had the cross. He had like two crosses, and he was a medical. Like, he took the form. He had almost like the same off mode as Ratchet. Instead of he was ambulance. He was a white van ambulance. He was a white, but he looked similar to Ironhide in many ways, But he was more like, he was a different color. He was like white and red, in Generation 1, and he was very tough, I have to say. He was a very tough character, his special abilities, he could repair other Autobots. He could repair other Transformers from being damaged, Like, he repairs Bumblebee, and he has a lot of friends. He's friends with Bumblebee. He's friends with Ironhide. He's close with Optimus. He's friends with Hot Rod. He's friends with he's friends with Jazz. He's friends with Prowl. And he also made other appearances, not just in Generation 1. He also made an appearance in Transformers, the animated movie. Now, during his appearance in the Transformers, the animated movie, he didn't appear that much. I know he was one of the Autobots that got decimated, that got killed by the Decepticons. He got taken out in the G1 1986 animated movie. But he made his other appearances in many comics. He made other appearances in Transformers animated. He was also made an appearance in Transformers Prime, and he also made his appearances in the Transformers live-action movie directed by Michael Bay and Steven Spielberg. Now, I really love his design in the Transformers movies. I love his design. Now, he was a different color from his G1 counterpart. He wasn't red and white. He was kind of like a lime green and white color. He had a little white in him, but he was like a lime green. But I really love his design, even in robot mode. He took the form of a medical vehicle, but it looked more like a Hummer like medical, yeah. But he had sort of like the same off mode as his G1 counterpart, and his personality was a lot similar to his G1 counterpart, the live-action movie Ratchet. I feel like the live-action movie Ratchet might have been, he was definitely tougher. I feel like he was also more intelligent, very intelligent. He also had abilities to could tell, like, other humans, like, have feelings for each other. For some reason, he could tell that Sam wanted to mate with Michaela. He wanted to, it's one of my favorite Ratchet moments is in Transformers 1. When they make a first appearance, when they arrive on Earth, and when he says his pheromone level says that he wants to mate with the female. That part was just hilarious. And Sam was looking like, and Michaela, they was just looking like, he was looking like really like shocked, like, oh wow. So it's just really funny. It's just one of my favorite Ratchet moments, because that was just so funny. And he was really cool. I liked him in the Transformers movies, definitely. I love his design. He was very tough. He took a lot of damage, but he was really tough. And he helped Bumblebee at the end of Transformers 1, where Bumblebee got hurt by Starscream. He later on sort of helped him. He put them back together. And that's his abilities. He's a medical officer. Like if any Autobot like Optimus and them get hurt, he can repair them. He has abilities to repair the Autobots from damage. When Bumblebee got hurt, Sam shouted, "Ratchet!" I remember that part. That part is so, that part is so classic. It's so, I just love that. That part was so cool. Because that's his ability. He has the ability to repair other Autobots, to repair other Transformers. He also appeared in Transformers Prime. Now, I think in Transformers Prime, he seemed really moody, like he seemed always in a bad mood, that Ratchet, from Transformers Prime. But I did love his design in Transformers Prime as well, I love all his designs from every version of Transformers. But I just feel like in Transformers Prime, he didn't seem like he fought that much, a little bit, but he just seemed really like moody, and just, from time to time, different from his live action counterpart and his G1 counterpart, His G1 counterpart was more friendlier, and his live action movie counterpart was definitely more friendlier, in my opinion. And, I want to know from my subscribers, what's your favorite Ratchet, To me, I have to say the live action movie Ratchet is my favorite. I also like the G1 Ratchet. I like the Transformers animated Ratchet too. Transformers Prime Ratchet is pretty cool, his design, but personality wise, I have to go with the G1 and live action movie, because he seemed more friendlier. He didn't seem, he seemed more nicer, but he also, when it comes down to, to team, with Autobots, he's serious, So, yeah. I really love his design in the Transformers movies. Now, I know in Transformers Dark of the Moon, he took the way he transforms into his robot mode, like he has like a different, like he sort of kind of got a little upgraded, like when he transforms into his medical, the medical truck, he was more wider in Transformers Dark of the Moon, And he was in 3 movies. He was in Transformers 1, he was in Transformers 2, and he was in Transformers 3, Dark of the Moon. He also made his last appearance in Transformers Age of Extinction, but he met his end at Lockdown. Lockdown took his life, which is messed up, It's just one of those moments I feel like, man, Ratchet, those darn, what is it, Cemetery Wind or something, I forgot their name. They hunted them down, and, and then Lockdown took him out, So he made his last appearance in that, he got killed off in that, Transformers 4, Age of Extinction. But, he was, in my opinion, he's really tough. And he survived a lot of battles, But he also made a lot of appearances in Transformers games, like the Transformers movie game, Transformers Revenge of the Fallen game. He also made an appearance in Transformers, I think it was Fall of Cybertron or War of Cybertron. He made his appearance in those games too. He made his appearance in Transformers comics, and he was in the very beginning of the season of G1, alongside with Ironhide, his friend, and Optimus, One thing I could say about Ratchet, he was there from the very beginning, like Bumblebee, like Optimus, those characters, they were like, when they introduced them in Transformers, even in the live-action movies, they were there from the very beginning, because those were like the original characters that we all know and love. Optimus, Ironhide, Ratchet, Bumblebee. Ratchet falls into that category of the Autobots that we meet from the beginning. The Autobots that Sam and them met from the very beginning and became close with. Sam, Michaela, the humans and everybody. Which is awesome. He's a very popular character, and he's very memorable, and he's definitely one of my favorite Autobot characters of all time. And I just want to know from my subscribers, is Ratchet one of your favorites? And what's your favorite Ratchet moment? And what's your favorite version of Ratchet? Is it Transformers Prime Ratchet? Is it the comic book version of Ratchet? Is it G1 Ratchet? Is it the Transformers live action movies Ratchet? Or is it Transformers animated Ratchet? So many versions of Ratchet. And his character just stays irrelevant from all these years. And I just want to make a shout out to all my subscribers and to all the Transformers fans everywhere. Shout out to Optimus Girl. Shout out to Blue Moon, Cool Moon. Shout out to Black or Bright. Shout out to Prime Speculator. Shout out to Fighting My Demons. Shout out to Christian. Shout out to RJ Breezy 2013. And I just want to do this video about the character Ratchet. My review on Ratchet and what I think of him. He's a brave soldier, and he's a great character in my opinion. Now at G1, I have to say that he was a lot similar to Ironhide. From all his other counterparts, he was a little bit more similar. Like he had kind of almost like the same off mode. He had the same. His body looked a lot similar to Ironhide. He was just different color, but his personality was different from Ironhide's, but he's close friends with Ironhide, but he had special abilities. He had the ability to repair. He also had a close bond with humans, and he also had a gun in the Transformers G1 cartoon. He had a certain gun, a special gun he used. Also in the live action movies, he had a special gun. Well, actually in the live action movies, he had two weapons. He had a saw weapon that he used. And he also had a blaster. He had a gun, which was really cool. He had a gun, yeah, but he had he also had abilities. He can also tell humans what they're feeling inside, and he had special abilities like that. Especially in the live action movies, he could tell. He's very intelligent. He seemed almost like a mind reader, if you ask me. And he had very special abilities. Because he was saying the boy's pheromone level. He wants to mate with the female. That part was just so funny and hilarious. Just a memorable moment for me, And he was just really cool, He was, it was really cool. And seeing him and Ironhide fight side by side, Him and Jazz fight, it was just awesome.